You'd think getting kicked out of a party is an adventurer's worst nightmare. It may seem that way for most people, but for Rein it opens doors to explore his talent as a beast tamer and an adventurer. Hi guys and welcome back to AniCap Explained. Today we'll be recapping Beast Tamer episodes 1 to 6, so let's begin. Rein gets called over by his party. The members of the party tell him they are getting rid of him. He realizes his relationship with the hero's party has always been sour because they do not see his value as a beast tamer. Meanwhile, some kids in the park look up to him because of his magic and he is a lot nicer than the hero Erios. He makes up his mind and decides to become an adventurer. For his adventurer exam, he has to slay goblins. While taking the exam, he runs into Kanade, who is a member of the cat tribe. He notices that she is an ultimate species, which means she is a human hybrid. Rein gives her some food and Kanade feels indebted to him. They become quick friends, and Kanade suggests taming her. He forms a contract with Kanade and they become partners. Happy with their new bond, they set out on new adventures together. The receptionist at the Adventurers Guild happily announces that Rein has passed his entrance trial exam. Kanade congratulates him and they decide to go to a new job. Another adventurer notices Kanade is a member of the cat tribe. She gets mad at the other adventurer and announces that she belongs to Rein. The adventurer challenges Rein in an arm wrestling competition and Rein wins. Kanade explains that her physical abilities had amplified Rein's physical skills, thanks to their contract. After the trouble in the guild hall, they take on a job that requires them to pick up grass. He tames several bunnies to do the task for them. Once they reach their quota, Kanade senses some trouble on the other side of the field. They find out that a bunch of thugs are bothering a defenseless merchant. Rein takes down the thugs, and Kanade begins to have feelings for her master. Then the merchant they saved informs them about the bandits and how dangerous they are. Rein decides it would be better if they captured the rest of the bandits instead of leaving them alone. Once they reach the bandits' lair, Rein orders Kanade to get the Order of the Knights while he works with the bees to knock down some of the bandits. Meanwhile, Rein's old party hires a new beast tamer, and is shocked to discover that Rein's ability to tame multiple beasts at once is a complex skill to master for beast tamers. After Rein takes down the bandits in the hideout, a group of adventurers and Kanade arrive and tie up all the bandits. Suddenly king lizards arrive and start attacking them. Rein and Kanade fight off the monsters while the other adventurers escape. Finally, they defeat the king lizards and return to the rest of the adventurers. Thanks to their efforts in taking down the bandits, Rein and Kanade get promoted to the E rank and celebrate by shopping and eating a good meal. However, when they arrive at the inn to finally rest, they are only given one room. Kanade invites Rein to rest finally, but he refuses and moves to sleep outside. He lectures Kanade and tells her not to be so fast in trusting people. She tries once and eventually convinces him to sleep in the room. As Rein sleeps, Kanade muses about her bond with Rein and how thankful she is for taming her. A week has passed, and Rein and Kanade enjoy their adventures together. They get a new job at the guild to take down a bandit attacking people on the bridge. They find a red dragon flying directly above them when they reach the location. When the dragon lands, she transforms into a girl named Tanya. She challenges the team to fight her. A battle ensues and they impress the dragon spirit for lasting longer than the other adventurers. Kanade launches a flurry of strikes toward the dragon spirit while Rein creates temporary contracts with several poisonous birds. Finally, he sends the birds to attack, and he wins thanks to the birds' ability to paralyze the dragon spirit. After the battle, Rein invites Tanya to come with them and after some convincing she finally accepts. So they report back to the Adventurers Guild along with Tanya. After looking around town, they tell Tanya they'll help her find a safe place to stay. However, Tanya decides to travel with them instead with the purpose of getting stronger. Rein forms a contract with Tanya, and she accepts. Meanwhile, Rein's old hero's party is having trouble adjusting without Rein, so they try to look for him to get him to join again. Interesting story up to this point? Great, but before I move further, please subscribe to the channel and give us a like. Done? Well then let's continue. With Tanya finally part of Rein's party, they start engaging in jobs together. They have to slay some slimes because too many of them are multiplying. He uses a beast tamer skill called Assimilate to look for slimes and finds a whole horde of them. Tanya suggests he should use a fireball against the slimes. He is shocked to see how strong his fireball spell had gotten. Tanya explains that forming a bond with her increases Rein's magical abilities, especially his fireball. After completing the mission, the group returns to town to celebrate. During dinner, Tanya and Kanade prompt Rein to talk about himself and his reason for becoming a beast tamer. Rein tells them that his parents were fellow beast tamers, and he was constantly surrounded by animals growing up. He also tells them that his village no longer exists. He adds that one day when he was a kid and training in the forest, he noticed his village catching fire from a distance. Unfortunately, by the time he returned, he was already too late. A group of adventurers then found him. Since then, he had to do several jobs to survive. He then tells his two companions how he met and joined Ario's party. Kanade and Tanya cheer him up, and Tanya gets mad at Ario's party's harsh treatment towards Rein. The next day, they take down some orcs, but Tanya gets overconfident and an orc manages to sneak up on her. Rein takes the blow while Kanade kills the orc. Tanya gets embarrassed for allowing Rein to get hurt and feels downhearted for the rest of the day. Rein reassures her that he isn't upset with her and is glad that she's safe. Later in the evening, Tanya realizes she's falling in love with Rein. In the morning, Rein and the girls run into Ario's party. Rein tries to go in the other direction, not wanting to confront his old party. Arios finds it surprising that Rein managed to tame a cat and dragon spirit. He requests Rein to join them again, but Rein refuses. The party's healer tries to convince Rein to rejoin their group by telling them their quest involves the fate of the earth. Rein finally agrees, but his companions tell the hero's party that they should apologize to Rein. Tanya even demands that they bow down to Rein. Arios gets mad and insults Rein and his girls. Rein gets upset and punches Arios for degrading his companions. Baffled by the sudden attack from Rein, Arios challenges Rein's group to a duel. In the first duel, Kanade comes out victorious. Tanya fights against the party's spellcaster and healer in the next battle. Tanya quickly dispels any magic thrown her way and defeats the other members of the hero's party. Finally, during Rein's fight, Arios keeps bad-mouthing Rein until Rein attempts to hit him first. Arios delivers an onslaught of strikes with his sword, but Rein catches his blade and lands a powerful punch on the hero. Rein finally defeats Arios with the use of a bee he tamed during the battle while Arios wasn't paying attention. He uses the bee's poison to paralyze Arios and sabotaging the hero's abilities to cast magic. Useless due to the sting, Arios begs for forgiveness, but Rein decides to punch him for insulting his companions. After all three battles, Rein, Kanade, and Tanya regroup and celebrate with a hug. After the hero's party's defeat, Arios decides to give the quest to the Lost Woods to Rein and his group. Arios tells them to retrieve the Shield of Truth, a shield Arios needs to defeat the Demon King. Rein assimilates with a bird to get a good view of the forest. Even after scouting the area, Rein and his companions still end up lost in the forest. Tanya figures out that the forest has a protective magic that is tricking them. She guides them using her magic in the right direction, where they find a big glowing tree. Tanya tells them that the tree is the source of the magic and Kanade has to split it in half for them to proceed deeper into the forest. Before she can destroy the tree, a fairy appears and tells them to leave. Rein tries to persuade the fairy to let them pass through. Finally, the group catches her interest, and she introduces herself as Sora. Rein tells her about his quest to find the shield, but she refuses to remove the barrier. However, she decides to give him the shield he is searching for. The group offers to help Sora. Sora tells them about her twin sister Runa. Runa has been captured by a Shadow Knight, so she requests the party to help her free her sister. For those wanting a harem anime with monster girls included, Beast Tamer is something you should try watching. In the first 6 episodes, we are introduced to a cat girl, a dragon, and a fairy. Since this is a harem anime, we should expect a few more ultimate species to show up in this series, and we're all excited to meet them. We're curious about the last species that Rein will be taming, since it isn't clear what type of animal the last girl will be. The anime is great because even the main character pulls his weight at the party. In most harem anime, usually all the girls are involved in doing the work or only the male protagonist. In this anime, you get to see both genders working towards a common goal. Thanks for watching, and if you liked it, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing so you never miss out on any new recaps. That's all for today. We'll see you at the next one.